Hello everyone and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. Today I'm going to do a playthrough of Pandemic Iberia. This is one of my favorite pandemic versions that's out there. If you would like to see just the playthrough and you don't want to watch a setup, feel free to watch the video after this one in the playlist. Otherwise, hang around here and I'm going to show you how to set up the game and how it's just a little bit different from regular Pandemic, which I think makes it a little bit harder and a little bit more fun. So, you going to stay here? Cool. Alright, let me show you how to set it up. The first thing to set up is the player deck. So what we're going to do is we have here all the cards that we're going to use during the game. There's one for each of the cities that are on the board. Then, depending upon the number of players, you'll put a specific amount of event cards. I'm going to be playing 2-player, so we're going to put 4 events. So it's 2 events per player. Then there's a total of, I think, 6 epidemics that you can put in. I'm going to put in 5. 6 is insane. 5 is a good challenge. And so how you do this is, I'll show you on what I'll show you guys, but how you do this is you're going to put these events in here, shuffle it up. Then you're going to break this out into 5 separate piles, and you're going to put an epidemic into each of one of those separate piles. Then you'll shuffle each of those piles individually to create the player deck. So I'll show you. So what I've done, you guys, is I have set up this deck by grabbing 4 event cards, shuffling it up, and then dealing out 4 cards to each player. Okay, so I do that first. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the decks into 5 somewhat even piles. These piles have a little bit more cards in them than these ones, but that's fine. Then I'm going to take these epidemic cards and I'm going to place one on top of each one of these piles. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is individually shuffle each one of these and place this pile on top of this pile on top of here, which would have this one on top, etc., etc. And that's going to create the player deck, and it also will make the epidemics a little bit more evenly spread out. You might see that you'll get 2 very close back to back because you might finish up a stack and start the next stack. You never know. But usually it helps to make it so you're not just totally killed by 3 epidemics in a row. You'll never have 3 in a row this way. You'll only have 2. So that's how you set up the player deck. Pandemic Iberia provides many ways to make the game more difficult, or just different, which I like. And one of the ways is to add a special hard card for diseases that you want to do. So I'm going to use 2 out of the 4 of these. It's not that I really want to, but it'll show you guys how it works, and I think it's fun. It does make it more difficult, though. So I'm going to do cholera and malaria. I'm not going to do these 2. Doing all 4 is insane. I'm sure somebody's done it, but I'm not. Not today. So just to explain how these work, here's malaria. Malaria, when infecting with black, whenever you would put 1 black cube into a city that has no black cubes, we have to add 2 instead. So malaria spreads a lot faster. Cholera, when blue outbreaks, in addition to placing a blue cube in each city 1 connection away, place a blue cube in each city that is 2 connections away if there's no cubes in it. Ouch. Yeah, that's not fun. So basically, we do not want cholera to outbreak. Just like in regular Pandemic, you're going to have each character choose a role. And whichever role they are, they get certain special abilities. The game comes with 7 roles. I'm going to choose 2 of them. And the 2 that I'm going to choose are the politician and the railway man. So let's look at those 2 in detail. To start with, let's look at the politician. The politician has an ability that says, as an action, give a city card to another player in any city. You must be in the city matching the past card. So if I was in Cartagena and I had the Cartagena card, I could give the railway man that card wherever he is. Also, as an action, the politician can swap a city card in your hand with the city card in the player discard pile. But you must be in a city matching one of the swapped cards. It's awesome. All right, railway man. Once per turn, when you do a build railroad action, you may place 2 consecutive railroad tokens starting from your city. When you do when you do that move action, you can potentially take another pawn with you. So I could, since there's only 2 of us, I can maybe take the politician with me and move him on the railway. And the railroad is something new. It's a new mechanic to this game, and you'll see how it works as we do the playthrough. I'm playing with one other variant for this game, and what this variant does is 2 different things. One, we use this to determine the order of the round. So nothing is different except for section 2 or step 2, move patients. So what that means is whenever we have a hospital that is made, so one of these, and there's one of each color, When one of the hospitals is made, each round, one patient is going to move towards that hospital, whoever's closest. You'll see how this works, but it makes it really fun and a lot more challenging because cubes are actually going to be moving on the board. Pretty cool. Also, we're playing where you have to put 2 purification water tokens under each of the hospitals. You do not have those available to you until you create those hospitals. You only have this supply then, and if that supply is out and you want to place another purification token, you can't. Or you have to build one of these in order to get more purification tokens. Once again, just makes it a little bit harder and a little bit more fun. To start the game, just like regular Pandemic, you're going to draw 9 cards from the infection deck. The first set of 3, you're going to place 3 cubes. The second set of 3, you're going to place 2 cubes. And the third set of 3, you're going to place 1 cube. 1, 2, sorry guys, 1, 2, 3. So those 3 are going to have 3. 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of red here, you guys. And 1, 2, 3. Wow. No black and 4 red. Whew. And 3 blue. Okay, so these 3, I'm going to place 3 cubes in each of those cities. I'm going to place 2 cubes in each of these 3 cities. I'm going to place 1 cube in each of these 3 cities. So let's go do that. So here's the setup on the board. So you can see there's going to be 3 cities that have 3 cubes, 3 cities that have 2 cubes, and 3 cities that have 1. Except for Cadiz. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's black, and remember, because of our difficulty on malaria, every time that we put 1 cube, 1 black cube, if there's no black cubes in there, we place 2. So, and we actually have we have 4 that have 2 infection cubes and 2 that only have 1. Also, you can see we've set up our pawns and the colors match our roll cards. So the Railwayman is black and the Politician is yellow. Here's the thing, how you know where to start, since unlike regular Pandemic, there is no beginning research station or hospital in this game. You get to look at the cards that you have in your hand and choose a location because of that. So the Railroadman took A Karuna. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. So he's way up there. Hopefully he can start working on Santiago. And then the Politician, the closest one he had to all this red was Gijon. And so he's got to get over here and start taking care of that. All in here, we got nothing, so we're not worried about it. Our deck is set up here. We've got our player card here. And just like normal, the way you win is by researching the 4 diseases. Okay. Unlike in regular Pandemic, though, when you've researched a disease, it's not any easier to treat. Because we're in ancient times here, so they can't just treat. And also, we can't fly anywhere. We're going to use railroads. That's the reason why I like the Railwayman. Other than that, that's the setup. I think we're ready to start playing. Hope you guys are excited, and thanks so much for watching.